Hello everybody, how are y'all doing? My name is Eric and I'm here representing the Englewood Enterprise Gallery. Today, we don't have any guests, but I just want to welcome you to the Shy Rise Show. And those that don't know, the Englewood Enterprise Gallery is an art gallery slash social network facility over on 7039 South Wentworth. We display art from local artists. We do a lot of community outreach with the youth. Just a brief background about the Englewood Enterprise Gallery. You also can reach us at enterprisegallery@gmail.com, or you can find us at englewoodenterprisegallery.com. And once again, we just do a lot of stuff over there at the gallery, a lot of stuff with the youth. Today on the show, like I said, I don't have a guest, but I'll just talk to you briefly about what I do, some of the organizations that I'm a part of, some of the organizations that the gallery is a part of, and just briefly, like this past Sunday, we had a fellowship workshop that we had over there this Sunday. Quite a few people turned out. It was also like a little networking gathering where a few brothers and sisters come together, people doing stuff in the community, other not-for-profit organizations just come together and share resources and talk about resources and how we could help each other in the community. Also, too, over at the gallery on Saturdays, we do paint parties and have little things for the kids. Matter of fact, let me roll with one of our commercials of one of the paint parties. Stand by.
Children's art parties.
Oh, wasn't that cute? So you can see, those are just some of the things we do over at the gallery. And also, too, we're networked with, we link up with the YMCA. That's another organization that I'm a part of, is the YMCA. The division that I work in is the YSVP. That's headed by Eddie Bocanegra. And the YSVP stands for Youth Safety Violence Prevention. And that's what we do over there. We try to prevent violence. So as an outreach worker, I go out to the schools. I go to, actually, my location is off of 91st and Commercial. It's like 91st and Houston. So the schools we go to are in that area. One of the schools that I visit is Bowen High School. I link up with some of the youth over there who might have trouble staying in class or passing a few grades, and the counselors and the deans, they recommend students to me to mentor, and I go over there and meet with them once a week, and just make sure they're going to class, check on them, see how they're doing, talk to their parole officers if they have one, just make sure that they're doing something positive. And so a program that I do over there is called Rise, and Rise is geared towards keeping some of the more troubled youth, the ones who've been in and out of the court system, keeping those youths off the street letting them come over to the Y. They play basketball. We feed them. We take them out to galleries, sometimes museums. We take them out to fun houses, just whatever it takes, to just keep them off the street. Another program that I do is called Story Squad, and that Story Squad, that's geared towards an audio and video type of workshop where I teach the kids how to talk about the trauma that they may have faced in their life, and we turn it into, it could be their story or a story that they make up, but basically capturing the trauma that goes on in the hood, in the neighborhood over there, or in any neighborhood, and we turn it into stories. I teach them how to do storyboards, teach them how to write scripts. Then I teach them how to use the camera, and teach them how to. They also have a recording studio. They learn how to do recording arts. They put together songs, sometimes audio books. We put sound effects to it, and it's a nice program, a nice workshop. Matter of fact, I have one video that I'd like to show briefly. This is one that I did with Foster Park Elementary School, and it's called "Put the Guns Down." It's a PSA, and I know you'll enjoy it.
We still got 2 minutes before we go to school.
Hey, let's go up there and chill.
Sure.
Hey, man, what y'all doing for Thanksgiving?
I had a whole bunch of turkey, boy. I was
Well, I had fish, turkey, chicken.
I had ham, macaroni,
chitlins. Hey, right here, right here, right here.
Hey, what's this? Whoa.
Hey, man, what you gonna do with it?
Nah, man, let me see.
Bro, they go Segura and Zaraya over there. You wanna play with this gun and scare them?
Yeah, bro, let's do that. Hey, I can't wait to the field trip today. Yeah, I can't either.
It's gonna be so much fun because the
Pinky is gonna be there. Everything.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we gotta hack this so when they walk past, we get it.
Hey, you see Jenny, Tayshawn, and Quentin?
Yeah.
Wanna go see what they doing?
Yeah. Let's go. Hey, bro, here they come. Hey guys, what's up? Y'all going to school today? Yeah, let's go. Well, let's go. Alright, but first off, what's up?
What are y'all doing with that?
Man, it's not even real. Watch this.
Man, what are you doing?
Hey, man, we at it.
What did you do?
What did I do?
Oh, I gotta call 911.
Hello? Police, please get here right now. Please get here right now.
Wow, you can see that was pretty powerful. So it's projects like that we put together, that I help some of the youth put together. At this time too, I would like to open up the floor for any callers that might be watching or listening. I mean, I'd like to know, what kind of programs do you have, or would you recommend that some of these youth can be a part of and help keep them off the street? What are some of the things, some of the solutions to the problems that we have going on in Chicago with our youth right now? I'd like to say, like, I'll just give you what I did. Like, I have a 17-year-old son right now. He goes to Urban. He's about to graduate high school from Urban Prep Englewood. And I don't think he's, I don't think, but I know he's not a problem child. He's not in any gangs that I know of. But I would say a piece of advice to some of these parents who have uncontrollable youth, it starts young. You got to get these youth. If you're a parent, you have to. I see a lot of these parents out here, they don't even deserve to be parents. They just dropping kids left and right, but I think that you gotta be a good parent and you gotta get these kids young, like when they're babies on up to them first 5-6 years are important. You gotta keep books in front of them, spend some time with them. You can't be doing some of the stuff that you do around these youth because they're gonna follow in your footsteps. I mean, a lot of these youth. Oh, we got a caller. Let's go on and take our caller.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you doing? Who am I speaking with?
My name is Clarence Willis.
Okay. How you doing, Mr. Clarence?
I'm doing great.
How can I help you?
I am working to. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been out here for like 30 plus years.
Uh-huh.
Doing work for major corporations.
Uh-huh.
And I've kind of changed my tack recently because I've got to do something about these young men that are out here killing each other.
Yeah, definitely.
What I'm trying to do is use my business experience, my entrepreneurial experience, and my technical experience
Uh-huh.
to build jobs and organizations that give these young men additional options.
Okay.
In terms of what they're doing right now. We've got people that, they live across the street from each other,
Mm-hmm.
shooting at each other, and one guy walks up and puts a gun to the other guy's head, shoots him in the head, and that's the guy he was supposed to go through life with as a business partner. He was supposed to do great things with him, and he just killed his future.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to establish a organization that will convince corporate America that we can produce products and services and people here on the south side of Chicago or the west side of Chicago or even where I'm originally from, southeastern Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
that will that are competitive, that will address their needs, and that will give them people that will be able to solve some of the problems that they have that are business problems. So what I'm doing this summer is I'm putting together a program that teaches a number of different disciplines that I know are in demand in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to do the 8-week program, and then what I want to do is invite some of the people that I know from corporate America, from government and so forth, in to see what we can do on the South Side.
So,
And what I'm lacking right now, believe it or not, is my church had to repurpose a school where I had my training center, and I'm trying to locate a place to actually host this. I've got my instructors. I've got people from that are part of the mayors, one in Chicago, that have said they will send students to my program.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I'm lacking is, and I've got computers, I've got printers, I've got everything that I need to have this, except I don't have a location with and it should have internet access.
I see. So that's what you're looking for right now.
Excuse me?
So that's what you're looking for is just a location?
That's what I'm looking for right now. And
All right.
I'm talking to a number of people, but nobody has actually, nailed it down and come through at this point.
All right, so I tell you what, brother, it sounds like a beautiful program that you got going on, trying to get some of these young brothers and sisters to get a sense of business, developing business relationships, trying to get themselves financially set for the future, and starting a program like you're doing is right on the money. So it sounds like you say you need a location. What I could probably help you with that. So one thing I'd like to say is go to the EnglewoodEnterpriseGallery.com and leave us a message, some of your information, or you can reach us at 773-719-9848. You can also email us at enterprisegallery@gmail.com. So make sure you send us your information and we can link up and I can send you some more some possible locations. All right, we got another caller. Caller, go ahead.
I think.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here, caller.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Hi, who am I speaking with?
This is Mariam Hussein.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Mariam?
I'm fine. I'm just pleased to see your show. It's
Oh,
it was really creative. I saw the
the
piece with the children.
oh, you watched that?
Oh yeah, that was very powerful. It reminded me of something I did with that record "Lean on Me" one time. I had some girls jumping rope and doing another project. But
Okay.
you asked for some ideas. I was thinking it too. I had this thing called Have History Will Travel,
Mhm.
where I would, if I had I had a videotape and a book about Martin Luther King, all of that,
Mhm.
and we looked at a movie and then had discussion. And then the other idea was about food. Get the young people together to prepare food for their families, and loved ones. That's always fun.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just was thinking of that and wanted to call in and wanted to support you. I was just so happy to see your program.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you, Mariam, for calling. I mean, those are some good ideas, though. She mentioned food. I also was in tune with a few chefs. Well, actually, I still am, and they do programs as well inside some of the schools. They come around and teach the youth how to prepare healthy meals using vegetables, all kind of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, the chef thing into the schools is a good thing. I always recommend bringing some food because everybody loves food, you know.
Right,
So,
right. And then they could even stretch it, see if they had a little, in my imagination a while back, I wanted them to have a little garden and
oh
then so they
yeah.
could see everything come from the earth and even see, the whole natural thing, a little natural thing so they could participate in that.
That's good. Yeah, I want to give a shout. Now that you mentioned that too, I want to give a shout out to the Better Boys Foundation over on the west side because that's what they do. My brother Tim, he started a garden for them over there at the Better Boys Foundation, and they grow their own food. And in the summertime, they sell it and cook it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a good thing. Well, but thank you, Miriam. I have another caller. Let's roll with one more caller for now. Caller, you there?
Yes,
How you doing?
I'm good. Yes, I'm here.
I can barely hear you.
I'm here.
Okay, did you have something to say or question, comment? Caller?
I just wanted to say you the handsomest man I've seen in a long time.
Oh, that is so sweet. I appreciate it. I am quite handsome, man. But thank you, caller. I mean, um, well, back on some of the programs that we have. Well, first, again, let me tell you that this is the Shy Ride show that you're watching, and we air every Thursday at 5:30 from 5:30 to 6. The Shy Ride show is brought to you by the Englewood Enterprise Gallery. You can reach us at the EnglewoodEnterpriseGallery.com. That's our web presence. You can email us at enterprisegallery@gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 773-719-9848. So, just back to some of the programs, let me tell you a little bit more too about myself. Like, I'm originally not from Chicago. I'm originally from California, and growing up in California was a little different than Chicago. Everywhere you go, there's always gonna be a hood. There's always gonna be some poverty and something going on. So but I gotta admit, coming here to Chicago was quite a bit of a culture. I ain't gonna say a culture shock, but it was quite a bit of a shock just to see, kind of like the segregation that's out here. One thing I do like about Chicago is that it is a lot of black opportunity out here. I say, I mean, because the the African Americans, you know, they had kind of like, I could tell the history of Chicago. You know, you ride down 79th Street or ride through Chatham, and you could see how, you could just feel the thriving businesses that used to be maybe back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And but I can see that it's a little on the decline. But Chicago was just quite a bit of a shock for me, you know, just seeing how it's just, I mean, what things are just kind of rough around the edges. You know, it's kind of cutthroat out here. You know, a lot of backstabbing sometimes. You know, and a lot of people. I mean, I guess we need to come together as a unit. You know, and rebuild our community and start implementing some programs that these youth can get involved in to kind of keep them off the streets. Cause it's just getting wild out here. I know before we had took that caller, I was talking about my son. Now my son, he's 17, and I was just talking about parenting too. You know, parenting has to be the #1 program. I mean, now when you have these children, whether it be 1, 4, 5, whatever, you got to be involved in these youth lives, and you got to stop doing some of the things that you're doing around them, or else they're gonna pick up these habits. I mean, I see parents all the time, you know, they talking crazy to their child. Child might be 1 or 2 years old, and you cussing and calling them the B and F this and F that. I mean, what do you expect that this child is gonna do when they go off to school, when they able to talk? They go to kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, and the teacher say something to them, they gonna turn around and say the same thing that they hear you saying. What do you think they're going to do if you rolling blunts in front of them and smoking cigarettes and all that stuff? The first opportunity they're going to get, they're going to be trying it too. They're going to be trying to see what is the big deal with smoking this blunt. So I'm saying all that because, I mean, parenting is important, you know, and I had to think about that when I was raising my children. There were a few things that I did around my son that I probably regret, you know, that I probably never should have done. But the second time around when I had my daughter, I made sure that I wasn't doing some of the same things. I wasn't smoking around her. I didn't really smoke around my son, but I stopped doing all of that stuff just so I can set an example for her. I didn't want her to think, or her and him, I didn't want them to think that it was cool, or that it is cool to just be smoking like that, because it's not cool. Or to just be drinking, or to just be flipped at the mouth and talking crazy to people. I mean, I had to instill a level of respect with them, you know, at an early age. And that's like part of my point, is that you got to start early. You know, we got to get these youths when they first born, when they first start walking and talking, and their brain is a sponge, and they just absorbing everything that they see you doing. So if they see you arguing with your buddies and talking crazy with your buddies, that's the same thing they gonna be doing. So I just want you to think about that, you know. And some of these parents out here, it starts with you, you know. And the more positive things you can put inside their little spongy brains, the more positive they're gonna turn out. So I think that's part of the problem that we have in our communities, you know, is it's just too much craziness going around. And I'm 44 years old, and I forgot how old I was for a second, but I'm 44 years old, and I grew up in a generation, you know, I saw hip hop go from nothing to something. Video games, their computers, I watched it all. We went from having to go to the library to learn things to actually being able to Google anything you want. So these youth nowadays, they growing up, they don't have a sense of going out and working for nothing. They want everything handed to them. It's so easy now. They just can get their phone, boop, 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 and Google it and post it on Facebook and all this stuff. I mean, it's no real legwork being done. And I mean, I think that helps stimulate the brain and stimulate the mind. We gotta get them off their little butts and start making them do some work, you know, and that's what you gotta do with your child. But, you know, enough about me, but let me tell you once again, this is the Shy Ride Show, brought to you by the Englewood Enterprise Gallery. You can find us at EnglewoodEnterpriseGallery.com. I want to thank you for joining us this week, and y'all have a wonderful weekend and next week. Thank you.